Hey, what's going on, YouTube? This is TerrenceRe back at you with a stock market update. We're gonna go over some ticker symbols today. What I got on the docket? We want to talk about, of course, the S&P 500. We're gonna talk about DocuSign. I'm gonna go over Costco charts, going over CHWY, and I'm going to go over gold, ticker symbol GOLD. And without further ado, let's get right to it. We're showing that the futures are actually, now it's weird, the market has been down most of the morning. I'm showing right now, still showing the VIX is up, as you see up here. We're on Thinkorswim right now today. We got VIX futures up. The S&P futures just turned bullish. NASDAQ futures are bullish, up about 34 handles. The Dow futures. Now, real quick, because I say handle and you may hear me say ticks. So I want to go over the difference real quick. So when you hear me say handles, right here up here at /ES, right? You see a 2.75 just went to 3. That is 3 handles. Now, it'll go to 0.25, or you see it move to like down to 250 and then move down to 1. It is skipping all over the place. That means that, first of all, when you don't see it moving in 0.25 increments and it's jumping around between like whole numbers, that lets you know is the market is rocking and rolling right now. Could have been some news or something like that. But anyway, there are 4 ticks in a handle. I'm going to turn this to, I'm going to do this real quick just so you understand when I say these things, what I'm talking about. Now I am on the 1-minute chart. And so /ES can go from 3968.5 and then it can go up to 0.75 or down to 0.25. That is a tick. Each tick is 0.25 with /ES. So each tick going up 0.25, 0.50, 0.75, and then it'll go to another whole number. So there are 4 ticks in a handle. And in the /ES, which is the S&P 500 futures, each tick is $12.50. So then that way a whole handle is $50. So each whole number is $50. Each tick would be $12.50. And one way to see in the futures market what each tick or handle is, I'm gonna come up here to this on the symbol, click down right here, come over here to the futures market, right? And click on futures. Here are the futures and the margin requirements to trade them. Now we would just find, see right here, /ES, says mini S&P 500 index futures, right? You see where it says tick, right up here you see tick, SI, 0.25, right? And it says tick value, $12.50. So each tick, every time you see that joker tick, if you in that trading that, it's $12.50. You got to have about 12 grand in your account to be able to, that it will margin your account 12 grand to be able to trade it. And then here you go. So you can look up whatever you want to trade. Gold futures. See, it says 0.1 is 10. So each tick, every time it ticks, is going to move $10. So I just wanted to go over there real quick. So if you hear me say handles, most of the time when I'm talking about futures, you're going to say me, I'm going to say handles. I won't break it down into ticks. Excuse me. So we'll continue to go on. The Russell is relatively flat. It's down about 6 handles, right? We got now with the /ZB and the notes, they are recorded in fractions. So I will not go over that. I'll give you like up or down, or I'll give you the percentage, right? Percentages are percentages. It's down, looks like 0.67, and the notes are down. So we got bonds and notes down. And if we were to look at the TLT, you see down here the TLT is down 1.5%. That is the ETF of the bonds. Oil is up, and then gold is up. Now, First thing I want to talk about, let's look at the SPX. Now this, I'm gonna pull up, we'll go back to the daily, and then we're gonna look at now I want to put the expected move on so we can see what's expected. Now you can see for the week, it broke down below the expected move for the week. See right here, this was that. So at the beginning of the week, we were back here. It came down, you see, it touched, and then the next day it came down and broke. And so right here looks like it's trying to pull back and retest that, come back to that area. I do not expect, now I do not know for sure, but I don't expect a big move for the rest of the day today. If anything, it may drift back towards this area or it may hang around here, right? So I don't expect a big move for the rest of the day. And you can see the expected move right here for next week. Now, currently, DocuSign is rocking and rolling right now. Let's take a look at, I think I may have looked at this on yesterday's video. Let's get it pulled up and let's see. DocuSign had earnings. DocuSign is up 13% on the day. Look at this, guys. Came right to the expected move. You see this wick right here? It came right to the expected move. So before the earnings, it was down here at the bottom of the expected moves, the range for the week. Look, guys, if you want to do any type of day trading, any type of swing trading, or anything like that, even if you don't know options, you don't trade options, that's fine. It will behoove of you to look at the expected range for the week, because the option market, whether I don't care what you hear, it controls everything. And maybe control may not be the right word, but they trade around that range. So like real traders, they're looking at that range. So even if somebody just trading the shares and they would have been like down here somewhere, you'd have been taking profit. If you would have got short at the beginning of the week and you was holding your position, somewhere when it got down right here, you'd have been like, man, I'm taking profit. I'm at the bottom. I'm at the range for the week. And then you see right here, we had earnings. It beat earnings. If we look at, says earnings, let's see. I could probably pull up the news. Let's see what they say. Says DocuSign. I'll read real quick. DocuSign delivered strong fiscal Q3 results, which also showed billings and margin upside. RBC said in a note emailed Friday. We thought the quarter was solid and came away with more positive on DocuSign's potential for a turnaround, the note said. The company reported fiscal Q3 non-GAAP diluted earnings late Thursday, 57 cents per share, down from 58 a year earlier. Analysts polled by Capital IQ expected 42 per share. And it says revenue for the quarter was 645 million, up from 545 million a year ago. Analysts expected 627. So they did better than what the analysts expected. And thus we got a gap up today. We got a big day. Now I'm gonna take this. I had this trend line drew yesterday. I think I drew that in yesterday's video. Let's take the expected move off. I'm just gonna right click up here and remove this study. Now you got this trend line from here to here. Now let's bring in all my stuff, all my indicators and stuff like that. Now we got the MACD. Now you can see today with it gapping up, it crossed over the 50 on the RSI, right? So now we looking at it, hey, is it gonna go up and take out this high right here? And will it go up to the overbought level? So if you wanna, I'm not opposed to maybe getting in right here. It's gonna, you got to get past this trend line, right? So it looked like it's holding right here. You got to get past this trend line and to get up and probably take out this high. if possible. Where would your stop go? I don't know. Somewhere down here, you're risking about $8 to maybe make, I don't know, 5, unless you hold up here to where this gap is up here. Possible. You got another gap up here. So if you're a believer in DocuSign though, this might be your go time. You know, you might say, hey, I'm just gonna get in and hold it and see what happens, right? I do like it once it gets out of this trend line though. You can get in right here, like I said, use this gap as support. It's a possible buy. Let's talk about what else I got. We're gonna talk about Costco. I think Costco may be down. Let's look at Costco. Costco. What Jim Cramer say? You know, you can do the opposite of what he say. Now, I already have. It's crazy how I already have stuff marked up on here. I didn't do that this morning. Most of the time, you guys see me do a video, man. I just come on, I see something. You know, it's almost like freestyling, like a rapper or something. I ain't lying. I may see like some stocks moving, or they pop up on a scan that I got. I got certain scans. I drop one right here. I'm gonna show you. I may come over here and I may do something like go to this sizzle scan, and then boom, you see these stocks here: CHWY, DOCU, TJ Maxx, AIG, EEM. I may come on here and I may say, okay, EWY, and I may come on and just do a video on it, right? Any one of my scans, I can come on here. I got another scan right here. My fast mover scan. Look, Netflix and Docu are here. So I may sometimes come on here and click on the scan and then look at it and then boom, and then I come on and do a video. And then sometimes I already had this stuff marked up because I'm always looking at charts, always. So that's mainly how I trade or invest. And I'm gonna talk about an investment that man, we'll see how long it takes to get to my target, whether I call it an investment or not. But so here we go. So I already had this marked up. Now, with that being said, I do think Costco can go. It never did reach my 161 up here. It kind of stopped ahead of that. So this may not be a bad place to. Costco is up a percent on the day. They had earnings yesterday. I don't see how Costco could ever have bad earnings. And Costco pays a dividend too. So you pays a 90-cent dividend, right? Let's go look at, let's see what they said with Costco's. I'm gonna click on it. Y'all wanna hear what Jim Cramer said? He said sell it. Look like it. No, he says, I take that back. Jim Cramer, sell shares of Costco at your own peril. So he actually saying, I guess he actually is in Costco saying like keep it. It says Loop Capital adjusts Costco wholesales price target to 545 from 565, maintains buy rating. So they lowered the target. Um, let's see. Stifle adjust price target on Costco wholesale to 545 from 565. So a couple of analysts have lowered their price target. Let's see if there's a company profile on Costco. Now me, I think it can get back up here to 580. It just had, that, but you might have to sit through some, through some downturn. Let's look at let's go to the options tab. Now, certain stocks on here will have something called company profile. Let me get some coffee. Company profile, if it's a stock that's, been out for a while, they'll have like you can click on company profile. Let's see. You guys can't see that. I'm gonna have to share this with you. Um, hold on because you won't be able to see it. All right, so when I click on company profile, give me just a second. Let's see. We're going to stop that. We're gonna share. I'm gonna share that. Boom. Take that off. All right. You guys should be able to see the screen right now. This is what the company profile looks when you go to that option tab and then click company profile. It's telling us right now we got a Trefis, we got an estimate on here of 509. We're currently at 488. These are things you could use that as a price target. That's up to you. Um, and it just tells you right here, core merchandise 51.8%, core merchandise US, core merchandise international. And then it tells you how much, I guess this is telling you like how much, it says show percentage of market cap. So you the percentage of market cap, and then they got 5 billion, a net cash balance. And yeah, I think you can click on any, and you can come down. It says forecast for a selected division will appear. So if we click on something, it'll give it over here. Let's look. Let's look at that. See? So we click right here, and then you go over here and look at Costco gross profit margin, and you can look at all this. Like if you want to analyze the fundamentals of the company, you can do that here. You can come down here and look at there. It says competitors, Sam's Club, BJ's Wholesale Club. It tells you, so you can go in here and you can come down here and look and see and break down and go into the fundamentals of it. You can click on, so instead of saying show percentage of market cap value, show estimated value, and it's gonna, instead of showing percentage, it's gonna give you dollar values. And that's that. So this is a way if you want to analyze the fundamentals. I'm gonna X out of that. Let's drop this and see what happens. I'm gonna have to go back. So overall, I'd be careful. If you do get into this, I could see it coming back up here and retesting the moving average. So that's a $15 move right there. So if you got in here, maybe you put your stop down here below this low and maybe try to hold here up to here, or maybe up to here, or you just get in it for a long term buy, right? This is the beginning of the move for me. You know, I got my 1, 2, 3, and then you go into your 4. All of this is 4. This is all your what I would call like your consolidation, your little holding patterns. Probably could draw, you know, trend line maybe from here to here and see if it breaks out and takes that up to the top. We go out on a weekly. When you look at this on a weekly, now look at it. Kind of look like you're in a triangle on a weekly, right? So you up here, we got divergence. Let's mark this up real quick. Now we are on the weekly. So if I took a trend line, see right here where we got some divergence? I would have been looking at this, which I don't look at Costco every day, right? It's not one of the, see that from this high to this high? Now let's look at this. Come right here on down on the MACD, right? That was a sure sign to get short. Sure sign to get short. When you see once that MACD crosses over right over here, boom, boom. So basically we made a higher high on price action, but on the momentum oscillator, we made a lower low. Yeah, that's a sure sign. Now, if this is your up move, now this is a 5-year weekly. We're looking at 5 years. So Costco just been killing it. If you've been in it for the last 5 years, all you've been doing is going to the bank and laughing. So if you got that, now when you get this big down move, boom, right? We got to pull back into here. Now we got kind of like a little holding pattern on the weekly. Now I'm going to remove this just to make it so it look, so it look a little. Now let's draw some trend lines. Let's draw trend lines from here. Ooh, look at that. See that? See that triangle? See that triangle? Now, I don't know. Now it's almost like I said, like a coiled spring. You ain't hear which way is it gonna go. I have no idea of knowing which way it's gonna go. But looking at this, you get this triangle, you get these patterns in these long moves like this. It could break out of this and come down here and retest this level down here and give you, it might be a good buy level right here down at like 380, right? Or it could not. You could get something, it stopped right here. So I would be, it just depends on what your horizon is, what's your trade, what's your time frame. If you're looking at like you saying, hey man, I'm more of a long term investor. I don't think that um that this stop, right? So people gonna keep going to Costco. So you could get in. I don't know. I like getting in right here. Be honest with you, I want to see a breakthrough here. I set me up something right here, and then I'd be like, and I'll wait on it. That'd be my level right there. That's a good level for Costco. All right. Let's take a look at, so I'm running through and I'm showing you guys this is how I look for stuff. Let's take a look at CHWY. Let's take a look at CHWY. And then we're gonna talk about GOLD. CHWY. All right, let's look at the, if I'm looking at CHWY, obviously we look like we made some type of low right here. Then we got an up move, and now we in here. Just looking at it like that, right? Came down here, got low, high, low, high, low. Now we got a higher low. So what we got going on now in CHWY? CHWY had earnings. CHWY is up. CHWY is up 6%, but I see a negative down here. Let's see what they said on CHWY. CHWY shares are trading higher after the company reported better than expected Q3 sales results. Man, they word this stuff however they want to word it. Said better than expected. So basically, it didn't suck as much as they thought it would suck. That's what that sounded like to me. That's why, but it's up. So it's up. This is a big green candle too. So you got something like this. You got an up move right here. So you got a gap right here, right? You got a gap up, pull back, and another big move right here. And then you got another big green candle here. I would say, man, if it can, see this gap right here, if it can get past here, let's put something right there. If it can get past here, this is where, now it already hit, this is the third time. Boom, back, boom, back. I, if we can get it past this little area right here, might be cooking. Might be cooking. Might be cooking. That's because you got a gap right here. So if you can get past here, you may miss the move if you don't get in, right? So look, how would I trade it? You can, if you just buying shares, you can get in, stop, go down here somewhere, try to take out this high. I don't know what the IV rank is on it. Let's go look at that. Let's look at the trade tab and see what the IV rank. Got a implied volatility of 71. IV percentile is low. So you only got a 22% IV percentile. So that's, I don't know how much juice you're going to get. And I don't like selling options on an update. Like I don't like getting long, like selling a put or a put spread on an update. You came in here and maybe, excuse me, come in here and maybe, let's see, had to sell the 36 Delta. How much you get for that? 284. Let's see if you did the put spread. That's probably what I do. Collect 155. You selling the 42 and a half. It's at, so that would basically, let's look at the chart. If we wanted to analyze this, I could just lock this in. Come here, right click, analyze trade. That was from, let's go to risk profile. This is what it would look like. That is the, so you want to know, let's go over here. You got to change this. and go out because it would be out next month. Go the day pass, probability out of the money. Now I'm gonna come over here and click this, set slices to break even, and this would be the expiration date. roughly that's a 60% probability of profit, right? So you want the market to go up, stay this way. Your break even is gonna be according to here, $40.96 your break even. And it's your T0 line. So you need the market to go up, go that way. And you lose money back here. Make sure I ain't got nothing else on here showing. Show high positions. Because it shouldn't look like that. Let's see. So that's it. That's how it will look. So you put this trade on, you got a 60% probability of profit. This is how it looks on Thinkorswim. Let's go back to the charts. I'm gonna I go back to the trade tab, delete this out. Now, roughly, you can always use delta as a so if you sell, like if I'm selling this, right, and it's like a 37 delta, it's basically saying that you got a 63% probability. That means you got a 30, excuse me. That means you got a basically, if you sell this, that means you got a 63% probability of profit. Estimate. That's a rough estimate using the delta. Same thing if I was selling a car, I sold a 30, let's say I sold a 19 delta call over here, right, to get short. That basically is saying that I got a 81%, just subtract that from 100, got about a 81% probability of profit. Now, that's not exact, but that's a rough estimate without having to go to the Analyze tab. So let's take a look at that bell that ringer is probably like Amazon. Stay having packages dropped off. Let's take a look at gold. Now, this is the main thing I wanted to take a look at. Remember, guys, I said there's always something to buy. And I am a big proponent of gold. And that's just because I should already be on here. GOLD. Now, this is Barrick Gold Corporation. Let's see. Jim Cramer made he said, this stock is very inexpensive, but at the same time, I don't like office real estate. Let's see. I don't know what he meant by that. I guess he meant like parking your money there. I like the chart. Yeah, I know me. I don't care about. You see this big down move right here? You see how you got this boom, boom, and then you got like 3 straight days of down move, and then boom, then all of a sudden it gapped up. It opened up here, and then we got this move. That right there is the beginning of an impulse move. And I like to count impulse moves. Well, let's see. Let's put it up here. Using my chaos setup. And it crossed over right here. And you can see it had like a little trend line there and there. Broke out of that area. Pulled back. Then came up and then boom, it took out this high. So I'm in it. Now this is something right here that I actually I bought shares in another account. And so about a few hundred shares. Now I'm going to hold and try to take profit somewhere up here. I got a mark right around this area. I do think it can get to the 1618. All of these are levels. I don't know if I'm going to hold it all there. And I may, right? Now, the one thing about Barrick Gold, like I said, it's an inexpensive stock. It's already up like a couple bucks because I bought some today. So you ain't down. You know, this is something that I actually bought it in a small account, and I bought some in a larger account as well. A lot of shares just to keep it, just to make sure I'm paying attention to it because I be having a lot of stuff going on. And so this is a stock. It's an inexpensive stock. You don't have to. You're not gonna lose a whole lot, and only risk whatever you can afford to lose. Whenever I make a trade, I'm comfortable with losing 100% of the trade. So if you buy 100 shares, right, it's gonna margin. That's about $1,700. If you ain't comfortable with losing $1,700, don't buy 100 shares. You can buy 10 shares. You got $170. Now, in order for to lose all of that, it got to go to zero. But still, I just make sure in my mind that I'm comfortable with losing it all. And I like this setup. So I'm in this, right? It don't even make no, I'm in this. And then, and I'll hold it to somewhere up in this area, or I'll take off half of my position right here. And then maybe bring my stop up to here or somewhere right around. I may bring my stop up into this area and then hold the rest and see what happens. Now, another one thing about Barrick Gold is this. It does pay a quarterly dividend. The quarterly dividend is 15 cents. So if you lose, excuse me, if you're in this position and you're holding it, right, you're gonna get, if you, let's say per 100 shares, you get $15. If you got 200 shares, it'll be $30 every quarter. So just to hold a position, you get a little bit for holding it. So it's not like holding a stock and you're not getting anything for it. Now I'm not in this for the dividend. I'm in this because it's gold, and I'm in it. I'm in it because of the chart setup, right? So that's that, guys. Now a couple ways. How did I find this? I think I periodically check, like if I see the gold futures up like right here, I'll find stocks that trade around gold. Now GLD is something that you could be trading if somebody wanted to. You see, I got this marked up too. It's right there into a zone. Look like it's getting ready to bust through it, but this is $168 stock, so this is a little bit more pricey to take that shot. Not saying that I wouldn't take it, but it's just a little bit more pricey of a shot, or for to try to take. Um, I'm not opposed to trading either or. This one is one that if I was gonna trade it, I more so would do it by selling options, like selling a put spread. The IV rank is very low though, so you're not getting much bang for your buck if you did try to sell options. So take that back. Anytime you got low IV rank, it's better to, in my opinion, to buy the options, or buy the stock. You got low IV rank, because if you got low IV rank, one of the ways of making money by selling options is the compression of implied volatility. And if implied volatility isn't going to, if the VIX is going up, or volatility in a commodity generally goes up as it goes up, because commodities don't crash down like equities do. Commodities crash up. That's like when you see like something like the price of lumber when it was going up, this past, I think it was not this summer, but was it this past summer or a couple summers ago? Price of lumber was going crazy, right? It was crashing up. um, commodity, like things like bonds crash up, copper crashes up, wheat crashes up. These, when you see something like, let's pull up / ZW, which is the futures for the wheat futures. Like something like this, it's just melting down, right? But if you have like something, something happens, right? We got like, um, let's just say it says U.S. soybean export sales surge. Let's look at soybean. Maybe it'll show me on soybeans. It's going up, but you see how the IB rank is at 20 though, as opposed to like 1 or 5. Now, if this was to break out and go like boom, you get a big move, IV would shoot up. Implied volatility shoots up, like especially during here, because it's a commodity. Now, if you're looking at an equity, something like, if you're looking at something, let's see if I can find a scan or something with Short put scan. Let's look at that. I don't even have anything on. Wait, yeah, we do. We got UNG, natural gas. All right, let's look at natural gas. This might give me natural gas has got an IV rank of 88. Now this 88, it came down here, hit support, and you got 1 up day, 2 up day, 3 up days in a row. Let's take that out. So we got it like this. So off of its lows, you got a gap. So let's see, you got a gap up. So IV, it went up. So that's one of those things. Like, and UNG is natural gas. If I was to look at /NG, right, it's right here. So this ETF kind of mimics the futures, the natural gas futures. It might not be a bad idea to try to get into something that represents natural gas as well. I may took a look at that this evening. But hey guys, this video's been a little bit longer than usual. I had some stuff that I wanted to talk about, go over some charting. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, get that bell notification so you know when I'm coming with a video. I try when I do a video, I make sure I got something to talk about, something that's actionable, and then we go over certain trade ideas, and sometimes I talk about some of the stuff that I have on. So, like I always say, be prepared to be able to deal with 100% loss at all times. And if you can take that, then you can sit in your positions and you won't get out. But if you trade too big, the market can go against you a little bit. You'll get out. And then a lot of times people be like, man, they ran my stop and then it went up. Nah, you had too large of a position. So you couldn't hold and sit through the downturn. So trade small, and then build your account up, and then you got enough money, then you get used to taking losses. Then at that point, you can start holding, sitting through that stuff, and you can hold, and then you can make a little bit more money because you can sit through the downturns because it's all cyclical. Look at this, go out 3 years one day. Well, it's been up. So that's one of the things about what's going on with the market for the past decade or so. We just been, but in between it going up, you done had down days. Like from here to here, then it goes up. The market has a natural positive drift to it. So over time, it tends to drift up. But then you get into certain patches and you had them down moves. Then drift up, then down, drift up. So if you can sit through the downs, you just deal with it. When it gets back up, that's when you sell. Then you wait for it to come back down and you buy again. That's the name of the game. Sell high, buy low. All right, guys, with that, I'm going to be out. Peace.